Hello guys, so I just wanted to do a quick video about how I cost my customs out. Reason why I'm doing this is because I just finalized my next custom set, Pirates of New England. It was a long testing period, mainly because just trying to find time to get people to test it out and everything. But there's a lot of changes we made to the set over the testing period. It took a lot longer than I was anticipating. But anyway, it was just finally finalized, getting the pieces together, getting the customs made up and then sent over to me, getting all the custom portraits for the crew made up, so on. So I'm going to be doing a video here soon, doing the reveal for my custom set, Pirates of New England. But I figured in the meantime, I can go ahead and give you guys a quick video on how I go ahead and cost out my customs. I do have some information that I'll keep. I'll put in the description down below. These were provided to me by Ben from A7X fan Ben, who provided a lot of important costing out for abilities, which is very important. And I'll put that in there for you guys to work on your own customs if you'd like to. But this is my base right here. Without the abilities, mass 1 to 2 free, after that 1 point each. Cargo, the first 2 cargo spaces are free, and then after that are 1 point each. S speed is 2 points, L speed is 3 points. Cannons, when it's a 6, 5, or 4, no matter if it's long or short range, that is free, and a 3 short range cannon is free as well. A 3 L long range cannon is 1 point, and any 2 cannon is 1 point as well. Now, how did I come up with this? Well, whenever I started figuring out, because I wanted to have a system whenever I first did my Pirates of the Dutch East Indies custom set, my first custom set I did last year, I really wanted to have a base idea on how to cost this out. I really wanted to have a formula in order to go ahead and make it easier for me to cost out, because I'm the type of person, I need that formula. I need something to be able to go ahead and help me out with the costing process. So I went through the sets to try to find the most bare minimum ship I could find. And I would use that as my base to get an idea of what's going on. And that's when I had the HMS Antelope. No ability, super, only the 2 mass, 2 cargo, 2 cannons, and the S plus L range. So I was like, okay, so I have a bare minimum ship. This ship has hardly nothing to it, and it's worth 5 points. I was like, okay, how do I determine how it's costed out to 5 points? So I was like, okay, well, let's take speed. Speed is the most important factor in this game. You need to be able to outrun gunships. You need to be able to catch up to gold runners. Speed is important. It's vital to this game. So I was like, okay, we'll take the speed. We know that S is worth 2 points because a helmsman is 2 points. So I was like, okay, so if it's worth 2 points, and go with 5 points, then the L we can kind of conclude that is probably worth 3 points. So S is worth 2 points and L is worth 3 points, bringing our total of 5 points, giving us the HMS Antelope. So I was like, okay, well, so that means 2 mass, 2 cargo, and the 4 long range cannons are free. I was like, okay, well, let me look around. So then I started using that and the information that Ben gave me to go ahead and check out other ships, and concluded that yes, 2 mass generally are free, 2 cargo is generally free, and the 4 cannons, and when I later discovered the 6, 5, and 4 cannons are also free. And the only time I really noticed a point costing was towards 3 long range cannons and 2 cannons. So I was like, okay. So then after I kind of created this formula, that's whenever I started taking ships like this, started going through the list. So we go ahead and come to the Bohemian Richard. So we have 5 mass, so the first 2 are free, so it's 3 points. 5 cargo, first 2 are free, so we have 3 points, so that's 6 points. Moving down here, we have 2S, so that's 4 to be 10. Then we have the cannons here. We're only going to count the 2s because the 3 S's are free. So we have 13. So we have 13 points. And then we have this ship gets +1 to your cannon rolls against English ships. That is a, whenever we're looking at the sheets that Ben provided me, that's generally a 2-point cost ability. So that gives us 15 points right there. We come across this Spanish ship here. We got 2 and 3. That's 5. Add the 3, that's 8. And then we got 4 here, so that's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12. And then this ship has a captain crew. She gets +1 to her cannon rolls. That's generally a 2+ ability as well, so that gives us 14 points. Coming up to the Fiddler's Green here, we got 1 point. Then we got 2 points, that's 3. And then we got 4, that's 7. We got the 1-3 L range, that's 8. And then we have the once per turn you reroll any die roll you make for the ship. You must use the second die roll result. That's generally a 3-cost ability, so that brings us total to 11. So you'll find that if you use that method and you use the sheets that Ben provided me, you'll see a lot of ships match up or are going to be 1 to 2 points off in one direction or the other. Maybe a little bit under, maybe a little bit over. So that's where testing comes into play, and that's where usability. A lot of times in any game development, if you have a formula, it depends on how often you want to see that ship being used. Is really the deciding factor on whether you're going to up the points or down the points from your formula. If you want to see that ship get used more, so you're going to go ahead and make the points go down a little bit. And if you want to see that ship get used less, you're going to up the points. And that could be anything of like, okay, this is a common ship that we kind of want to see more used, so we're going to down the points a little bit. Or hey, this ship is pretty good, maybe we should up the point 1 or 2 times, so on and everything. So you'll see that a lot. Really, the time that this formula starts to go kind of out of whack is really once you get to like Rise of Fiends and Fire and Steel, where a lot of ships are really costed out horribly. They're just Ben's mentioned it quite often in his videos, where they had that reverse power creep, where they were going ahead and really nerfing a lot of ships, and this formula doesn't really go too well for a lot of those ships. But for the majority of sets, this is fits in quite nicely, and I've used it for my costing out of my ships, and I found it to be incredibly useful. So from here, I go ahead and use the sheets that Ben provided me with this formula, and I go ahead and cost out my customs. And then from there, that's when testing becomes very important, because what's the is this ship being used? That's where my play group, my friends and family members, whenever I see them play these ships, I go like, okay, am I seeing them want to play that ship? Am I seeing them have fun with that ship? If they're not, if they don't seem to be really using it very often, they don't really seem to take very much interest in it, that's whenever I might go like, okay, maybe I should take this down a few points, or 1 or 2 points. And usually it's only 1 or 2 points that you want to mess around with. Anything more than that, you're starting to, stretch too far from the idea of what's going on here. And then I look at other ships, I'm going like, okay, well, holy crap, this is getting used a lot. It seems to do really well and seems to go ahead and be doing too well. So that's whenever I go ahead and look at it and go like, okay, maybe I should knock this up a couple points, 1 or 2 points, to go ahead and prevent it from being used too much. It might be a little overpowered. If it's too overpowered, I might rework it completely. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to show you guys, to show you my thought process in costing out the ships. Some of you guys out there might just be like, I can just cost on the fly. I'm that type of person. I'm not. I'm the type of person that needs a formula and needs to go by that formula. And that's what I use. So if you guys are the same way and you're interested in doing your own customs, this might be very useful for you. Formula that seems to work very well for my customs, and you know, does well for me. But I do stress that testing is very important, and going ahead and testing these ships out is vital, to go ahead and understanding if this ship is going to see play, if it's not going to see play, and what you can do to help it out. So as always, even if you have a formula, do your testing and go from there. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you next time.